And that is a big box, so I have to freehand this. But today I'm doing a review of Masterpiece Soundwave. And oh yeah, that's a big box. Springer. Box. He's almost out of the frame. Actually. And as you can see, there's a picture of Soundwave on the front. A silhouette of Soundwave's head. Toys R Us exclusive. On the side, a big Decepticon logo. Thrilling 30. 9 of 30. Collect them all. Except some are from China and Asia, and you can't get those if you live in America. And over here on this side, it says his bio, Soundwave, his tech spec. Learn more at Transformers.com. And on top it says Masterpiece Transformers. Rotate the box around, because it is a huge frickin' box. On the back we have a picture of Soundwave. Thrilling 30. Includes 5 converting micro cassettes. If some people don't know what those are, they're cassettes. There's Laserbeak. There's Buzzsaw. They looks like they just recolored those in Photoshop. So sad. There's Frenzy. There's the other Frenzy. There's Ravage. There's Soundwave in his cassette tape mode. And Energon Cube included. And that's it. And on the bottom it has Transformers Collectors Club, some logos, thank you for buying our toy, and Masterpiece Soundwave. And this whole black thing is a sleeve. And it says Masterpiece Transformers underneath the sleeve, and it's just a sleeve. So yeah, let's get the box out of the way and take a look at the figure. Okay, so here we have Soundwave out of the box, and it's a box. So yeah, you buy a box, and inside the box is a box. So here's the box, full 360. It's nice, opens. Now, this is not an average box, because this box opens, and it has a slot that scoots back, and with every push, scoots forward. Why? Because this is a cassette player. Now, for those of you who do not know what a cassette player is, this is an MP3 player, except you put tapes in it to play the music. It's like one of those VCR type things, or floppy disks. They're very, very innovative. There's a knob on the side. Does nothing but be a knob. There's another knob. It's there. We have a play button, pause, record, forward and back. Because you could record back on those. A record light. You can plug your headphones in there. If my headphones were anywhere around here, I'd show you. Now, size comparison with the box. Here we have another box. This is music label Soundwave. He was also based on an opening box. Much thinner box, however. Now for something more of you might recognize, here is a Binaltech car, or alternators. So, pretty darn big box. Width-wise, this is a pretty good display for the car, actually. You can do this and have a car on a box. Now, the cassettes I was talking about. With the Hasbro Masterpiece Soundwave, as you can tell by these obviously yellow eyes, you get all of the cassettes, which I will now show you. So here we go. They're in all their cases, blah blah blah. With the Takara version, you got this. That's all the toy that came with it, and the side accessories over here. But those are all the main figures that came with it. With the Hasbro version, you get Rumble, Buzzsaw, Ravage, and Rumble. Now, these two are the same mold, these two are the same mold, and this is a unique mold just for an animal. So let's throw these over here. And to show off what I meant by the cassette function, you can pop a cassette out, press the button, drop a cassette in, and look, this is what used to play music back in the day. Press the button, ejects the tape. Mine sometimes has some issues, maybe because I mistransformed some of these, but after the third one, it doesn't like to pop the cassette out. But what essentially is supposed to happen, you drop 3 cassettes in, and you open it up, like so. The cassette pops out, and you go like that, and you flip this forward. It bumps the cassette up one, then you can push it. When it's closed, you bump it up one, close it, pop the cassette out, pop it up again, open it, cassette pops out, and that's it. Simple, run-of-the-mill, how cassette players work. But, hey, whatever. They also all come with these little cases for each individual cassette, which I'll show in more detail right now, because Soundwave is a big box. Okay, so here we have all the cassettes lined up. Laserbeak, Buzzsaw, Ravage, and those two. I'll put those two over to the side, and this one, and we'll take a look at these two first. So, they're average cassettes. One's red, one's yellow. On the back, the one part's are red, the one part's are yellow. Simple things. And now to transform them, what you want to do is come up here to the wingtips, right here, which these are obviously wingtips. Fold these up, like so. Come back here, and there's this little notch. Just touch it, pop it forward, and there you have a fighter jet. Now, then you fold these little back pieces up and rotate them forward. Same thing on this side. Come back here to the back, take these two bits right here, fold them up, fold up the wingtips, and then fold these back, and there you go. There's Laserbeak in bird mode. And with the power of movie magic, now they're both birds. And yeah, they're birds. This is the most show-accurate Laserbeak I've ever seen. One issue with mine. His foot is flimsy. His other foot is completely fine. And Buzzsaw's feet are also completely fine. I don't understand why Laserbeak has issues. But he does. So anyway, here he is. He's pretty darn big. I mean, Laserbeak's on a box. Not that bad. In scale with the Masterpiece line. And a little feature is if you push this down, you get the camera that he used in the movie to spy on the Autobots. If the camera focuses on it. As you can see, little camera flips out of his head, which is a nice touch because that was a good scene in that movie right at the beginning. First time you ever saw it, only time you ever saw it, and it's nice to incorporate it into the figure. Buzzsaw has one as well, but he never used it. As you can see, same thing, same paint. Difference though is that Laserbeak's beak is a dark gray, while Buzzsaw's is bright yellow. So, they're not bad figures. If you can get one without this, it is much better. So, now that we have these two out of the way, let's take a look at the two of these guys that I will not mention the names of. Okay, so here we have Rumble and Frenzy. Yeah, that's what I called them. I was waiting to this point to say that. So here they are in cassette modes. They're nice from the front. Turn them around, and those are robots. And unlike Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, their accessories can't be stored within them. So with Soundwave, what you can do is on his arms right here, they're little clips. You can slide it over them like that, so you can have that, I guess, for storage, or you can take this little bit right here, pop it out, and then take one of these, I'd say use Rumble's, and take it like this, and take these little bits, and there are two little tabs right there, and slots, peg them together, like so, and you can plug it into the side of Soundwave, so it's like the connector that he used to do that one thing in that one scene of that one episode. Yeah, very episode-oriented stuff here. And this. Don't know what that is, but there's a peg there and it can go into his butt. So, you don't have to worry about it. Anyways, let's go down to the transformation of these two. So, let's start with this guy. So what you want to do is turn him around, lift these arm bits up, fold the legs down, and just pull, and it'll unfurl from inside of there. Now, word of caution, these pins aren't very tight. This one in particular keeps sliding out. These pins right here, the leg keeps sliding off, which really bugs me sometimes. But it happens. Then you can unfold their leg, rotate it down on the ball joint, fold the toe out, arms, flip out his hand, which is hidden in there, if you can get it out. Like so. And there's his arm. Do the same thing on the other side. If the first side wasn't a struggle for you, this one will be. Because I do not have fingernails, and this is a fingernail needing thing. But it might be easier to bend his arm that way. Yeah, bend his elbow. It makes it easier. Flip his hand out. Bend it all the way around, because those are on little rashy joints. And this is where it gets a little bit hard without fingernails. You have to push his head up a little bit, and reach behind it, and grab the head. This is where the accessories come in handy. Oh, also, extend his abs. You can open this up, pull these out, and these will be his pile drivers. You can pull out his guns now, which one is stored in each pile driver, and they slot in via the wingtips and the slots. So grab his other pile driver, which rolled away, rip that piece out, and what you can do the convenient fact that there's a hole there, slide this bit in, pop it forward, grab it, and then use your fingers, slide it the rest of the way out, rotate it around, and there we go. There is Frenzy in his robot mode. And you can take these little bits, and if you fold it down, you can use it as a gun, like so, but who would have him use it as a gun? I mean, honestly, when you can flip them up, and you can peg them into his back via the ports right there that are used for cassette mode to make it look like a cassette player. Peg one into each side, and voila! He looks pretty darn accurate. And now let's get this guy transformed. And here he is, in robot mode. And I know what you're thinking. What is up with the backpack? Well, you can store his pile drivers. Due to the fact there's a slot there and a hole there in those two tabs, you can just pop it into his back. And if he can't stand, extend them. Or something, I don't know. It looks like a pretty cool jetpack, at least. Probably was used in the show once to be all like, hey, we can fly now. But, I don't know. So, he comes with the same guns he has. And before anyone asks, no, Hasbro did not remold these in any way. That says Tomy. This side says China. Those are all the labels on this guy. So, nobody changed anything. Colors are a little bit different on him. Not as deep of a blue, more of a purplish blue. So you could actually say that this guy is purple and that guy is red. Or vice versa, and just start a whole new argument going. But anyway, you can take these bits, put them anywhere. And I mostly put them in the back because those pile drivers don't just sit around and look silly. No, what you can do is, once you plug those in, take his hands, fold them up, like so, rotate them out, bend it up at the elbow, like so, same thing on the other side, up, down, so it looks like he's trying to do the YMCA pose, except just really sucks at it. And take this bit. Now take the pile driver, and make sure that the screws are facing the back. They're right there. Then you just simply take it, and place it on the arm, and it should click. Like so. Same thing on the other side, just slot it in, it'll click. Like so, and there we go. There is Frenzy and or Rumble using the pile drivers, and this is a nice set of figures right here. The other ones can just kind of chill out over there by themselves. So yeah, these guys are nice. They're some of the best ones. Articulation, head turns, ball joint, 90 degrees. No waist, ball jointed hips, double jointed that, and ball jointed ankles. And let me just get out of the way on this guy. He has a neck. And maybe flappy wings. Everything on this guy is transformation, so hey, whatever. So, there's these two, and let's take a look at the last one in the set. Okay, so here we have Ravage, and he is kind of the oddball, because there is no counter to Ravage in Soundwave's little cassette thing, and he's the most hollowy from the back. So, Ravage is nice. He really stands out, though, when you transform him, which we'll do right now. So what you want to do is take this bit, fold it up, reach inside of here, and by here I mean his face, which is right there, ta-da, and there is a little nose bit. Now, if you can't reach it, the best thing about the Hasbro version is you get Laserbeak with it, and just shove his beak in there, and you can pop it out, easy peasy, like so, flip his nose out, close the head up, and now it's a cassette with a head out the top. Then you want to come back here to the back, pull this arm out, it's pegged in like so, rotate it out. Same thing on this side, flip it out, rotate it around, swivel it down on the ball joints, like so, and then you bend his back up, and then his head down, gives him a nice Jaguar look. Come back to the back, just start folding stuff out of the way for now, fold the legs out, fold the leg out, come back here, flip out the little tail, close it up, give him a butt, flip the legs around, and then pose him to look nice. And there we go. There is Ravage. And this is a stinking Ravage if I have ever seen one. His arm is backwards. Now it's a Ravage. And that is a nice looking Jaguar. It has the back arch. It has the built-in rocket launcher. It has a little tail. Much better than the one that came with Hound, in my opinion. Which I do not have. But, yeah, this guy is really nice. Ball jointed shoulders, swivels at the back legs, rear legs, tail swivels. His head does not go up and down unless you count this. Just mostly at the neck, not at the head. And overall looks nice. I like him. And he fits in with the other ones pretty darn well. So yeah, that's Ravage. Now let's take a look at the box again. Okay, so now we're back to the box. And it's not just a box, as you can tell. It transforms into a robot. So let's do that. First thing you want to do is come up here to the place that says play, pull it down, flip it up, flip these bits to the back, rotate it down, and then flip these little chrome bits down like so behind this. And now we kind of have a waist. Then you want to, let's go over here, take these little panels right here, and they're kind of stuck in there. Sorry if this is off frame, but you just kind of pull them out, like so, and swivel them up, and just kind of get them out of the way, however you can. Flip the arms up on both sides to get them also out of the way. A lot of getting stuff out of the way on this guy, and he's already kind of taking shape. Take this one battery, not that one, the silvery one, and pop it out, just throw it over there for a minute. Do the same thing on this side, flip this bit out as well as you can, rotate this up, and now it looks like the box exploded, but from the front, the box is almost fine. So you come back here to the exploded box, and you take these little panels right here, slide them up and out, like so. Same thing I already said. Let me just get this out of the way. There is a panel here that opens up, and you can house Rumble and or Frenzy's weapons in there. I can't get them in there. It doesn't show in the instructions, and I don't really want to, because they can fit in the pile drivers, and it's fine. So, now you have this. It's a demonic bat box. You come over here to the side, just kind of pull, and it snaps out. Slide it down, and there's a release button right there for the next mode. Rotate it at the knee, because the knee bends like this, and like this, and a little bit forward. Sometimes, flatten the foot out, and then take this bit right here, and there's a tab, and it will slot into that slot right there, and that'll just stay, flatten that out, and look, copyright stuff. Oh, it's on the outside of the toy, it's ruined. Do the same thing on the other side, fold the leg down, extend it, straighten it, flatten the foot out, which the foot actually has details on the bottom, so be very careful, because the foot has paint on it, and that is cold metal, and they decided to put the metal and the paint on the foot. So there he's standing up, and let's pan the camera up. Okay, so here's the camera panned up, and what you want to do now is take this waist bit and slide it forward. It feels like you're going to break the figure. It really does, but you're not at all. Come over here to the shoulders, slide them forward, tab it in, rotate the arm down, flip out the fist, come back here to the back, flip this panel down, arm, second verse, same as the fist, rotate the fist out, all of that fun stuff. Rotate the arm down, you can now use that shoulder. Then you come back here to the back, and take this secondary battery, rotate it up, swivel it around like so, and there's Soundwave's cannon. Now, flip this panel back, on the back, and flip up his head. Clip it in, close it up, and there is Soundwave. And holy crap, this is how Soundwave should look. I mean, this is as show accurate as you can physically get from a toy. I mean, if there are any issues with show accuracy, you can't tell. I mean, yeah, but who cares? This figure is amazing. In terms of differences from the Japanese, the feet were silver, and the eyes were, red. But other than that, it's not that different. Maybe some slight paint differences here and there, but hardly anything noticeable. Articulation, as you can already tell, waist swivels, arm 360s at the shoulder, goes in and out here, and then there, so he can break every bone in his shoulder. Elbow is double jointed. Wrist does a swively. Swivels also at the upper part of the bicep. Waist swivel I already mentioned. Back. One click. Forward. A whole bunch of clicks. And he has some weird hip joints. They go out that far. It swivels out here, but then it bends there. So knee 90 degrees. Ankles, tilts. They can tilt anywhere you want them to. He can be full on broken leg, and he can still have square footing. They have all that bendy motion down there, so he can get any type of pose you want him to for Soundwave. Now, he also has this clear tab on his arm, which you can fold up in any manner, and due to the tabs on Laserbeak's feet, he can sit on that clear tab securely, and you can finally have Laserbeak on Soundwave's arm upside down, because I know everyone wanted that. Also, if you don't want him to move his shoulder like that, that's where the other joint comes in, so you can pose Laserbeak on his shoulder, which has hidden ridges, so he can tab up there, but he fell off due to Laserbeak's weak ankle. There it is. Laserbeak can chill out on his shoulder as well. So, pretty darn cool. Accessory-wise, he comes with this little scanny thing, which was better with the car version, because it came with little cutouts that you could place in there. For a grid pattern, you can print them off online. And a clear Energon cube, which they also have Papercraft online. It pops out the back, place it on his chest, and you can have Soundwave making Energon cubes, like we all know he does in his spare time. So you can do that. Also, he comes with another little Megatron, because all of them have to come with Megatron. It fits in his hand, everything's fine. It can still slide apart into all the little pieces, and you can just have a little pistol Megatron. It's like, hey, some of the kid lost all the parts. Very cool. Also, this battery. Now, what you want to do, pull, and this is where you need Laserbeak again. So I may have a jump cut here, but you have to pop this little handle out of there, which is hard to do, which will then extend the nub. And once again, without fingernails, the nub does not come very easily. So you have to grab it with the beak again. And then once you get it in there and you pull it out, it looks pretty darn nice. And it's Soundwave's traditional gun, which looks exactly like this traditional gun from the music label Soundwave. Yeah. So you just open up his hand, same way Prime does, peg it in via the peg hole in his hand, tabs in very, very securely if you line it up right, like so. Close his fingers up around it, and there's Soundwave with his blaster being all epic. Now, size comparison, Springer. Soundwave. Soundwave is much superior. I said that. And also, music label Soundwave in tape mode. And music label Soundwave compared to normal Soundwave. Music label, it's kind of tiny. Yeah, but anyway, if you can get either version of this guy, Hasbro, Takara only comes with Laserbeak, but you can buy their cassettes in 2 packs of Ravage and Rumble or Buzzsaw and Rumble. Yeah, I'm not specifying which one comes with which. You can get those too, but this thing is stinking cool, and this hand, you know, you can pop it out, sound blasters, sound waves are in there, close it back up, peg this onto the end of his fist, and he has a weapon from some episode in G1. And, you know, if you like third parties, you can always get even more cassettes, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, if you can find this guy, Hasbro, Takara, doesn't matter, get a version of this figure. He is freaking amazing. I have taken this thing out of my cabinet and messed with it a heck of a lot. So, that's Masterpiece Soundwave. This is Laserbeak and all his little buddies chilling out down here. So, this is Toter 22, and I'm blocking Ravage, and I'm signing out.